Talks on emotional maturity, Swami Dayananda. The self is complete. Hurt and guilt. All psychological, emotional problems are centered on I, the self. When you say, I am frustrated, is that frustration possible without I being involved? Will there be a frustration if I is removed from frustration? I am frustrated. The mind is not frustrated. I am frustrated. In fact, it should be frustrated because of you. It is wrong to me. It is wrong to say, my mind is giving me trouble. Mind does not give you trouble. You are trouble. I is involved in frustration. I is involved in despair. It is not mind that is sad. I am sad. In fact, all your problems are centered on I. By educating yourself, I becomes more enlightened, becomes more mature, becomes mature. The problems are under control to a certain extent for a mature person, but not totally. All your problems, frustration, despair, sadness, etc., can be reduced into just two. I am hurt. I am guilty. When we think about it, we find there is no third problem at all. I am guilty of what? Of what I did or what I did not. I should not have done that. Why did I do it? I should have done that. Why did I not do it? Certain incidents are so well rooted in our memory that they keep coming back. More you try to avoid them, more they come back. You cannot avoid thoughts, for you cannot avoid memory. A thought will be forgotten if you forget to remember, but that does not happen. More you try to avoid a thought, more it comes back. It is silly to try avoid anything in memory. Memory is memory. More you try to avoid, more reality you are giving to it. You are giving a new lease of life to the dead past. What is past is past anyway. All that remains is just memory. But the problem is that I is involved. I is involved is every guilt. I is involved in every hurt. Why did he do this to me? How can he do it to me? Why me of all the people? Remember, it is you who allows the world to hurt you. I can hurt you only to the extent you allow me to hurt you. It is like hypnotizing. You can get hypnotized by me only if you allow yourself to be hypnotized. One man wanted to hypnotize me. He put one person to sleep and now, turning towards me, said, I can hypnotize you. I can put you to sleep. I agreed. I lay down and he started saying, you are going to sleep now. You do not hear my words. You are dead to this world. You are dead. to this room. You are dead to time. You are dead to everything. You are going to sleep now. You are sleeping now. I was lying down with my eyes closed. He lifted my hand and it fell down. See, he has gone to sleep. I opened my eyes and asked, who has gone to sleep? He was shocked. He said, well, you did not receive my message. I said, I did receive your message. Do you want me to repeat all that you said? He said, no, no, you received the words all right, but not the message. You did not try to sleep. I said, if I have to try to sleep, where do you come in putting me to sleep? That is how this also is. The world can hurt you only to the extent you allow it to hurt you. And the world includes your family, relatives, friends, even gods. All of them can hurt you only to the extent you permit yourself to be hurt. No one can hurt you. Vedanta goes even a step further. It says no one can hurt you. Nayam hanti nahanyate. Atma, I, neither hurts nor get hurt. If you listen to the teaching well, you'll discover the self to be akarta, actionless. Atma is free from action. It never performs any action to have a guilt complex. Whatever there is just in your memory, just impressions. God has given us memory not for self-judgment. It is just given to remember necessary things in life so that you'll not fail to recognize, say, for your wife and children when you return home, that you would not be asking for another lunch the same day. Memory is not you. Memory is not you. You have picked up impressions in life, some of them pleasant, some of them unpleasant. It is only maturity to recognize the fact that all events cannot be pleasant. Life is a mixture of pleasant and unpleasant. A mature person is one who accepts in his own stride both the pleasant and the unpleasant in the journey of life. Memories are just memories, whereas the I in you is simple awareness. Self does not perform any action. When you are looking at me, it is not the self that is looking. The self that is behind the eyes, behind the mind, is simple awareness. What action does it perform? It is the mind that moves, thinks, wishes, wills, and all actions take place on account of that. Awareness just blesses the mind, makes things stick, and that awareness is I. It performs no action whatsoever, and hence you are forever free from guilt, because guilt is centered on I, which is actionless. And there can be hurt only if someone can objectify the I. But who can objectify I? You are the only one who can objectify the whole world. But world cannot objectify you. Is it not true? You are the I, and everything else is the object of I. This body, sense organs, mind, time, space, everything is object of knowledge of I, and I is the only subject in creation. There is no second subject at all. Who can objectify the I to hurt you? Nayam hanti na hanyate. Neither hurt nor guilt is possible in Atma, the Self. There is a relative absence of hurt and guilt for a mature person. He does not permit the world to hurt him because the world can hurt only that person who wants the world to behave in a particular manner. If you accept people as they are with their limitations, their insecurities, their fears, then you become understanding, sympathetic. If someone is trying to cheat you and you know that, and suppose you allow the person to cheat you, that means you are stronger. You know that you are big enough to allow this cheating also to take place. It is like a threadless screw. You go on driving the screw, it keeps on turning. Nothing happens to it because it is threadless. I do not mean that you should be a loose screw or something like that. What I mean is world cannot hurt you if you understand it rightly.